welcome back to another episode of Next to Madison. On today's episode, I've got a very funny, talented individual. He is the host of a very successful morning show called In Hot Water. He's also a world-known comedian, along with the star of the documentary 25 Sets. So without further ado, I would like to bring on my guest on Next to Madison, Aaron Berg. How are you?
Good, I'm next to Madison.
Yes, you
and I'm
are.
Aaron Berg. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Bringing that morning show energy to that afternoon podcast.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Because you have a morning show. Let's talk about In Hot Water.
I do have a morning show.
So you're a comic, but you get up really early to do this morning show. Do you love it?
7. Sure, it's great.
What time do you get up?
7.
7.
Yeah.
And then you guys start at 9, right?
Yeah.
Like right on the dot?
On the dot. 9, sometimes 9:01.
And this is, where can they find this show, In Hot Water?
Compoundmedia.com. Or we do a Patreon show called Gum Fridays. And it's just like it, but we chew gum.
So you do a show where people pay you just to chew gum while you talk?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys blow bubbles?
Yeah, and then we make our sound booth guys, we trick them. We're like, try this gum. And one guy ate it, and it was a bar of Dial soap.
Oh.
And then he got very sick and then had to call poison control.
Oh,
And last week we had him eat pink tape, and we told him it was bubble tape.
Is he blindfolded?
No, we just tell him, and then he does it. It's very
So
fun.
it's kind of dumb.
It's a really fun morning show.
That
We've
is
been doing
fun.
it for like 3.5 years now.
So that's for Patreon members only on Fridays?
Well, Gum Fridays, we've only been doing a month, but In Hot
Okay.
Water, 3.5 years. And it's over the top, shock jock radio. You've been on it before.
I
It's
love it.
very
I've been on it
offensive.
twice.
Today we had a guy riding a skateboard with a dildo on it into a guy's butthole. And we played it about 300 times, and you could hear the sound of the skateboard going up the ramp, boom, boom, and the dildo going in. The guy would go, ugh, and then someone else would go, ugh.
Oh,
And
my
we're
gosh.
like, why are there two moans? They go, and then we just kept listening and laughing to the sounds.
That's
We laugh a
amazing.
lot. My wife
guys
gets
do
angry.
laugh
She
a
doesn't
lot.
consider it a job. She says, you say you get up to go to work, but you just go laugh for an hour and a half.
But don't you get paid?
Yeah,
So therefore it's a job,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like it's definitely a job if you get paid.
yeah.
So how did you and Gino get together? Because he's the other host of this show.
Yeah, we were at the old Stand in New York City, which is a comedy club that shut down. Now there's a bigger Stand, and everybody started doing podcasts. And I said, if I had to do a podcast, I would only do one with you.
Okay.
And I said, let's do one. Let's call it In Hot Water,
Uh-huh.
and we'll do it from my hot tub on my balcony because I had an inflatable hot tub when I lived in Astoria. And he goes, okay. And while we said that, Jeffrey Gurian, who writes for the Interrobang, was there, and he goes, are you guys doing a podcast? He doesn't talk like that.
Kinda.
But I go, yeah.
Jeffrey's the best.
And he goes, I'm going to write about it. What's it about? And then he wrote about it. So we did like 4 on Gino's laptop. And then Legion of Skanks was leaving Compound Media, so they needed like an over-the-edge show. And they're like, oh, you guys do a show.
Uh-huh.
And I think right around that time, Anthony Cumia was going to rehab. So we both sat in for him when he was away. And they were like, do you guys want to do your show here? So we started doing it once a week in the afternoons. And then it got really good. And we were like, we should do a morning show. So that's what we've been doing.
And that's been running 3 years now?
Morning show's been like a year and a half.
Wow. So that's really cool.
Yeah, we've done like 370 episodes, and it's really fun, and we get in trouble sometimes, and that's fun. That's part of what
Right.
shock radio is supposed to be.
You recently got in trouble. Tell us about that.
Well, I got in trouble about a year ago, last Thanksgiving, because Gino got into it with like a woke feminist comic where he was sharing his views on Thanksgiving and colonization. And the woman got upset, and then one of our fans said, like, hey, it'd be awesome if she was on your show tomorrow, because she was on someone else's show. And then someone else wrote, with a railroad spike up her butt. And then, because they meant
I
me.
remember that.
Because I would do characters. When somebody
Yeah.
would come on the show, I'd come back the next day if they were offended. I'd be like, I'm this stupid person, and I'd wear a wig or whatever.
Okay.
So that's what they meant. It was a joke, but then the person was like, this is a rape threat. Someone's threatening to find me and put a railroad spike in my ass. So that blew up, and we had to deal with that. And I feel like we dealt with it very well. My stance on comedy is that if it's a joke, you should never apologize for it. So we never apologized. And,
Yeah.
we made it right. We're like, look, this person feels unsafe. Nobody should feel unsafe. And that's
Well,
where
this
it
is
ended.
when Chrissy got involved, right?
Yeah, Chrissy got involved, and people tried to cancel us. The girl's boyfriend at the time was like, these Gino and Aaron should not be able to work anywhere in New York City.
Oh, my
And then
gosh.
he died of a fentanyl overdose. So karma.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, it's awesome, right? We went and celebrated.
Holy cow.
Is that a bad thing to do when someone dies, to celebrate their death?
Probably.
Even if
But
they're
that's
a
okay.
bad person? And then a week
yeah, that's
ago,
true.
I got in trouble. Someone made a tweet about Indian food, and they were like, why? I'm sick of people saying Indian food is bad and that I smell because I eat it and that Indian people poop in the streets. So I quoted the tweet, and I just wrote back, stink. And that was the only word I wrote. And then they tried to cancel me. They're like, he's a racist and a bigot. And they reached out to comedy clubs that I work at, and they're like, why would you work this racist bigot?
Oh, my. So they went like the full effort
Yeah,
to try to.
but
oh, my
it's
gosh.
so hack now. Cancel culture is so hack. The club just answered back like, "Hey, thanks for the promotion. We look forward to having Aaron here."
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Was this the Stand particularly?
White Plains Comedy Club. Yeah, the Stand has dealt with stuff like that, and they stand. I mean, most good comedy clubs will stand by the comics because they know that these are just inflated things that there's no truth behind.
No, it's true. And I think in comedy, it's like if we don't take a stance, then it's just going to get worse.
I saw a video
It's
of
kinda
a guy in China that was being interrogated because he, in a private chat room, said something bad about like parking police or something, and they brought him in and interrogated him. And you can't. There's no freedom of speech there. You can't be like, the police are stupid. They brought him in. They're like, why would you say the police are stupid? Why? And he's
my
like locked
gosh.
up. And it's, I mean, that's why people need to fight for the ability to make jokes about anything so that we don't turn into that. But it also shouldn't be the forefront of what comedy has to be. Comedy should just be funny. But
right.
it's like, and I get that flack too, where people are like, why do you have to fight PC culture so much? And I'm like, oh, there's not a lot of people doing it, so there does have to be somebody. But I also don't want to die like Lenny Bruce of a heroin overdose just over freedom of speech. And the stuff that I do is funny, I know, because I do it every night in front of clubs in New York City.
Yeah, and you're an insult comic. That's
Yeah.
how you. I've seen you act. You're hilarious.
It works. I do woke rooms. I do clubs. I do everywhere. It's still funny. It's funny. I'm doing Rikers in December. I'll be doing Rikers, which is super exciting. This month, I'm doing Rikers, and I'm very nervous. I'm doing a half-hour headlining set in the maximum security male part of the penitentiary.
Wait, so do they have these people kind of chained so they can't come
I have
and
no
attack
idea.
you?
I'm really scared.
So you're going to insult them, right?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been told, like, they're like, you could do whatever
Is
you
it
want.
good?
We know you're funny. They're good behavior
Okay.
people, but I watched videos today of people in Rikers,
Oof.
and they seem very upset. And I'm very scared of jail. I've been locked up once. I was fine. But it was when I was a kid. Like, I was 16. I was locked up, and I was only locked up for a night. But Rikers is an awful jail. That's why they're shutting it down. It's I'll be in maximum security, but these are people. It's basically Rikers is basically a huge holding cell. People awaiting trial. These people haven't been sentenced. It's not like a federal facility. So these people are really on edge, and the treatment there isn't good. And I had a friend that worked as a corrections officer. He got stabbed and slashed, and so I'm worked up to go. And you figure, you're like, oh, you go into this, it's going to be all like edgy comics. It's not. It's me and then like Frederick Goldstein and
Wait,
yeah. So
how did you get this gig?
some lady reached out, and she goes, look, I do this thing at Rikers, and here's how I operate. I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. So I'm like, that means I have to do it.
Yeah.
Because if something scares me, I have to do it. You can't stay in your comfort zone.
Is it good money?
It's $0.
Are you serious?
It's for a trans advocacy group. They're the fundraising people behind it. So it's not I don't think it's gonna be all trans inmates, obviously. But they're the people that do it. Which is and I do make trans jokes too. So whenever people are like, you're such a transphobe, I'm like, then why am I doing this for free?
Right.
And I've run into those problems before too. I did a show called White Guys Matter, And everybody was like, he's a racist Nazi. And then they didn't know that we donated all the money to a black trans charity. So yeah, it's fun to do.
People need to know the facts before they
Yeah,
start
but
killing
I also
themselves.
don't think I need to defend myself. I know in my heart what I'm doing is right and comes from a good place, so people can say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you get to that level of confidence to where you're
It
okay
took a
with
long time. I think, I used to, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I'd like read through comments on YouTube and they're like, he's a midget, he sucks. And I'd be like, I'd get all upset. And then you just realize the more people like you, there's still going to be people that don't like you. And then you have to picture Tom Cruise or, a major movie star that millions of people love. There's hundreds of thousands of people that hate him.
Yeah.
So you can't have one without the other. And if you're doing something right, you should have people that dislike what you're doing.
Right. They don't boo nobodies, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole. I forgot who said that, but yeah,
I don't
Yogi
even know if
Berra.
that's it.
Yogi
Berra
Berra said they don't boo nobodies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have to be doing something in order for them to boo you. So being booed is never that bad of a thing.
good.
It depends on what you do, but you know what I'm saying. So wait, you were in jail. What did you do in jail?
I got locked up just for a night. I was breaking into cars. I was like in a gang when I was a kid. And so I was breaking into cars and I got arrested and thrown into City Hall lockup. Then my dad and my mom had to come get me the next morning and I was all chained up and stuff. Can you imagine how
And this was
awful
in
that is?
Canada?
Yeah.
What do you call it? Canada? Canada?
Canada.
Wait, does the family still live there?
Yeah. My mom and dad still live there. My brother.
Okay, gotcha. So do you get back a lot to visit?
No.
No. But you were also a stripper in Canada before you came here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about those days.
I would take my clothes off while music played and I would get tips.
Okay. I've never been to a male strip club. I've been to plenty of female strip clubs. Plenty of females.
Yeah.
But do you have like a banana hammock? Like, do you wear like a banana hammock? Like, you can't get like aroused.
A G-string.
A G-string.
Before you would go on stage, you would have
Okay.
to masturbate, get hard. You then tie an elastic around the base of your cock and balls, and you go on stage. And for the third song, you whip everything out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because Canada, the rules are a little looser than they are in
Yeah,
the
I don't know
US.
if they go naked here. Like,
They don't if booze is involved.
no.
Mm-hmm.
4 years ago, I wasn't making a lot of money doing stand-up, and I was like, maybe I'll go back to it. And there's a place in New York called Hunkamania or something. And I was like, so I walked.
Hulkamania. Is it? Oh, it's
Hunkamania.
Hunkamania? Oh, my
So
gosh.
I walked by, and I was like, maybe I'll go in here. And I was like, I can't go back to this. But it was a really fun period of my life. But instead, I became a personal trainer for like a month
Uh-huh.
at a Midtown gym. I think it was called Midtown Gym. And I did it for a month, and I was like, I can't do it. I'm just going to get better at comedy and make more money at comedy. So it took a month of doing that, and then I was like, okay. And then I never looked back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So comedy's been full-time since then.
Comedy's been full-time since I was 6 years in. But then I was just like, I want to make more money. So I tried that personal training thing. And then I was like, it's not for me, this day job shit. People harass you. It's amazing. Being like a straight white man,
Yeah.
there's like, the boss was gay. So he'd be like, child, like say stuff like that. And you're like, if you couldn't do this the other way around. But as a straight white man, you're not allowed to complain about anything. Maybe now you could.
That is true.
I have a friend, she works in like a day job in Toronto. And she said at her work, 2 black people said the N-word and a white person complained. They're like, I'm offended by this. And the black people got suspended.
Wow.
Yeah. You're allowed to be offended as a white person now. It's crazy.
I guess so. Wow. I know. Usually you think that we're not allowed to be offended by anything, right? Life was crazy. But so you tell us, let's go into your documentary that you did, because it was pretty remarkable that you were able to do 25 comedy sets in one single night.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, and they documented the whole thing.
What's the most you've done? 6. 4.
4?
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
And does 4 feel like a lot?
Yeah, because you're bouncing from one place to another to another. So, I mean, the amount of time... Didn't you start at like 4 o'clock?
4:05 p.m.
Okay.
Finished at 2 a.m.
Weren't you exhausted?
Yeah, but I got up the next morning after 5 hours, and I worked on the Sunday night. I went and hosted a show.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so what was the feedback from the documentary? Because it came out in October.
Yeah, everybody likes it. It's good. And
I loved it. I thought it was
Thank
very
you.
well done.
Did you come to the screening, or did you just watch it at home?
I wasn't available for the screening,
Yeah.
but I did. We actually bought it.
Did you?
And watched it.
Where'd you watch
to
it?
support
At
you
home?
on TV.
Did you cry?
When Christine made us cry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Christine, you got married. So the people that don't know you, you're
Yeah.
also married. You married another female comic.
Yeah, I'm not a female comic though.
Right.
But, yeah. Sometimes I identify as one. We're gonna do a show with comics that identify as females and do all males. I think it's a funny idea.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah, I married a female comic.
So yeah, and when this documentary was starting to be filmed, you guys were dating.
Yes, we were.
At this time. So there was stuff in there where she was saying, like, the one thing that resonated was how you approached the first date.
Yeah.
You didn't take her upstairs even though she wanted to go upstairs. Like, you actually were like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Is that how guys should act? Is that how all women should kind of be like, hey?
I don't know. I mean, I did it because I'd just gotten sober. I used to drink a lot. So I got sober, I quit drinking, I quit smoking cigarettes, and I also got celibate for like 6 months.
Okay.
So I was like, I didn't want to jump back into something, and I didn't want to rush it. So that's why I did that. So I walked her home.
That was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wish she would remember that more. She'd been so bitchy this past week, but I gotta deal with it. She doesn't.
Women can't help it. They're called hormones.
Is that what
they're
it is?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the worst. Once a month, we're just like, what is
Once a
happening
month,
to us?
really?
Oh,
Is that all that happens for you?
Yeah. So how is it being married to somebody that's in the same business?
Okay.
How do you guys find the balance?
It's okay. I feel like there's she'll admit that there's a lot of comparison on her behalf, so that's difficult for me. And I'll
What
try.
do you mean by that?
She'll be like, well, you get this and this and this, but it's
Okay.
we're in different positions, obviously, and I've been doing it longer, and Christine's really funny, but it's a weird business. There's so much you have to learn, so much work you have to do on yourself, and it doesn't always have to do with funny. It really doesn't. There's like an old Lorne Michaels
true,
quote
right?
where they showed a week of SNL being filmed, and someone goes, well, this is funnier than this, and Lorne goes, so that doesn't matter. And it's like, it's true. Even in comedy, a lot of people say it's not funny first. That's not how the business works.
What do you think it is? Marketability?
The people that get on Colbert now are not the funniest people. It's people that check boxes now. The people that get TV shows, they're not the funniest people. So it's about the business. It's about what people want to see. Hopefully, if you're one of the funniest people, you end up rising to the top. We saw it with Okerson for years, where he was like the funniest guy in New York, and he wasn't getting anything. And then you also have to make your own way if people aren't giving you stuff, and the industry's changed that way. So it's good being with another comic because they get some of the shit.
Yeah.
She'll get, if I'm like, I got to go do spots, or I'll know when she's edgy, I'm like, you got to get on stage. Like, you got to go out. So in that regard, it's good. But, it would have been if I married somebody that had like a great job and great health benefits, that would have been easier on me too. But it also wouldn't have made me work as hard,
Well, it could have been harder on the marriage because your guys' hours are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it could have been like you're never at home.
But it makes me bust my ass and be like, I'm a working class comic who just happens to do well.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm a working man. I work my ass off.
Yeah,
I
you
rarely
really
take
do.
a day off, and I just work really hard at being really funny. I always wanted to be, the funniest guy on the show, and I wanted to be that guy that people didn't want to go on afterwards and stuff.
Yep.
And that's where it's at. But
Well,
it's
you're
also
doing a
not the
good
most
job.
marketable thing. It's not. I have trouble getting on late night. I have trouble getting on late night, and I still want those things, even though you push those things away, and you're like, okay, I can have a career without that, but you still want that acceptance,
of course,
from the industry, and it doesn't always come.
So have you tried to get on?
Yeah.
Because you're
I'm
you're a
still
dirtier
trying.
comic, but you have cleaner stuff.
Yeah, but it's so hard. It's like juggling with one hand tied behind your back. It's really difficult. I want to do the Tonight Show, and I keep pushing for the Tonight Show, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just keep, you never know where your break's going to come in. You just don't know.
You
And
have to
that's
make
what's
your own
crazy.
way.
You
There's
do.
no other way. You have to make your own way. You can't sit around and wait for these people to approve of you.
Because they don't even know what they want.
They don't know. And they don't
Until
know
you
what
show
funny
them.
is either.
Well, if they did, I guess they would be doing it,
Maybe. Yeah.
So you guys also have a baby.
Yeah.
So now you've got a child in the mix.
Yeah.
So that's got to be difficult, too, at times.
Yeah, but it's the best.
But so rewarding,
Yeah.
right?
And we have a nanny now, and our nanny, we sent her to get a haircut last week, and she was like all excited with her haircut, and she dressed up all pretty to go out. And Christine goes, "Oh, I feel like this is like our daughter going out." And then I was like, "Our daughter's never going out.
Yeah.
I don't want our daughter to get all dressed up and go out. I really want a son, but Christine doesn't want to have another baby, so we talked about having a surrogate, but the surrogate that's interested in doing it is like really attractive." So Christine doesn't want us to have an attractive surrogate.
Oh, okay.
She's
How old's our
jealous.
surrogates?
31.
Okay, and why does she...
She's already had 3 babies. She loves being pregnant, and she's like, "I'll be your surrogate." It's a friend of
Is it expensive?
Christine's. But it's money, but it's not.
So why doesn't she want to get pregnant? Because
She doesn't want to go through the physical stress of it again. She had a really tough time, and she had really bad postpartum.
Yeah, and I can imagine that. I mean, I just got my eggs frozen, and
Nice.
It was a
Standing outside
bitch.
for an hour?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, not quite, but it was hard. It kind of gave me a preview of what can happen when you start messing with your hormones.
Really?
Yeah, now that the eggs are out of me, I mean, obviously I'm still producing some, but there's good, healthy eggs that are out of me. I'm like, if I, have the money and the means to do it, I'm going to do a surrogate because pregnancy is not a joke.
Some women love it. Other women hate it. I get it. I've done testosterone before. So my levels have been up and down. I've had like those mood swings and stuff. So I get it where you feel out of control and you got a life living inside of you. It's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And you just don't know how your body's going to react. And the postpartum's a major, major thing. So are you guys going to have another baby if you find a less attractive surrogate?
As it stands right now, no. But I'm also thinking I might start dating and just be not careful.
Wait, have you ran this by her?
No.
Oh, yeah. I don't think she'd approve of that.
She won't listen to this.
Yes, she will.
Oh, God.
I'm going to make her listen to it.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if I could just like accidentally knock somebody up or something. That'd be hilarious.
No,
I
wouldn't,
really
she
want
would
another
take
kid
half
or
your
two.
money and you would lose a really wonderful girl.
It happens like that no matter what.
No, that's not true. You guys have a good thing. Marriage isn't easy. That's why I don't do it.
Marriage!
That's why I haven't done. That's why I'm like always single because I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with the headaches. But you guys
Do you
have
like
a really
being
good
single?
thing. I do.
But do you have that longing in you where you really want somebody?
I want to split my bills with somebody.
Why?
Because it's expensive living on your own. It's very expensive.
Where do you live? In the city?
But I'm in the city. But yeah, like
What do you have, a studio or a 1-bedroom?
A 1-bedroom. But if you live
it
with
nice?
somebody, it's
You
okay.
seem like you live in a nice place.
It's okay. But
Which area of town?
Midtown.
East or west?
5th Avenue. But if you are married to somebody, you can get so much more. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're taking that same cost and dividing it.
Uh-huh.
So that's why. But marriage is also something like you want to have a partner to like have those up and downs with. But at the same time, it scares me because like, what if it doesn't work out?
Right.
But I have to get over those fears of the what ifs,
Our marriage doesn't work a lot. And I go to therapy so that I can be more emotional and open and get through these things. But we just had like a big... Christine told me to shut up. And I don't like being talked to like that. So then I told her to shut up. But it happened to be in front of my family. So she got very upset that I talked to her like that in front of my family. So then I have to deal with the baggage. Why would I do that in front of my family? And she has to deal with the baggage. Why would she initially be so abrasive and talk to someone she loves like that? You have to deal with that stuff.
Right.
And it's a long line where you'll go through these thoughts and be like, I want to get out of here and I want to get to something easier and I want to just focus on my career again and be simple. But you also realize, okay, we have to work through this. And if you do work through those things, it gets stronger. The intimacy becomes stronger. But
That's
it's
true.
hard. It's hard.
Do you think it when you get married, things change?
Yeah.
Because you don't hear a lot of
Like,
people
I
say,
won't
dating
be-
is so hard.
She shits with the door open. And it's like,
That's
she
normal.
wouldn't do that. It's not normal. Not if you're dating. You wouldn't shit with the door open. But also, I still think, hey,
I shit with somebody in the shower, but they didn't know I was shitting.
you're a stealth shitter. You just broke into someone's shower. Someone in here? I gotta go. But I'll be like, I'm a sexy looking dude. I know, I'm still attractive to the opposite sex, but also if someone lives with me and I smell like cigars all the time, and I'm like, I get it. I smell like her pop. She doesn't want to fuck me when I'm like, what are you doing? I'm wheezing in her ear and stuff like that. So I feel like this comfortability comes from marriage where you're like, oh, okay, we're together. I don't have to try as hard anymore. So that's a thing too.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the you kind of let it go.
Yeah.
Type thing. So how do you prevent yourself from doing that then?
You have to be aware of it, and you have to carve time out. You have to go on dates, and you have to, it's the traditional relationship has fallen away where I'll be like, look, I support us. I do this. I work my ass off. That should be applauded. It's not. You still have to go above and beyond. And it's also not easy to be in a long-term relationship. That's why so few of them work. You really have to do it.
Have you been in one before?
I was engaged before back in Canada, but we didn't get married.
Okay.
And usually my threshold is usually 3 years. So I've outlasted that. We've been married for 3.5 years now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Has it been that long already?
Yeah.
Wow. And Piper's 2, right? The little girl.
2.25.
She's so cute. What a
She's so
cute
great.
age.
Yeah.
Has she hitting the terrible 2s at all?
She's great with me. Christine yells at her a bit more. She's more the disciplinarian than she's like, you have to tell her. And I'm like, yeah. But I handle it differently. I'm more zen
Right.
with it. I'm like, Piper, we don't do that. Let's do this instead. And
Right.
she listens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's always just a different. I think there always has to be 2 parenting styles, though.
Yeah.
My parents were that way. My dad was more the disciplinary
They're still
one.
together?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. It's they've had a really good marriage. I haven't seen a lot of problems.
Yeah.
My dad always tells me, he goes, I don't understand why you're like, love being single, or, it's like, I just haven't met the right one. But he was like, you have such a good, like, why are you afraid of marriage? Because you have such a good example.
Yeah.
But that can work against you. I have such a good example that I'm like, I'll never, like, it's the bar set so high.
But what is in the way? Is it like your career, or is it?
It was a long time. It was my career. I went through a heartbreak that took a while to get over. So that was difficult. So once I healed from that, I was like, I just want to focus on my career, figure out where I'm going in my life, and figure out what I want. And then, just trying to open up those doors. But sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
You just got to kind of.
But you have to, intimacy and sharing and empathy are really the keystones to life. Like, success it's a great thing, and I'll feel like a lot of the time I'm like, okay, I made it. But then there's more to life. You can't just keep chipping away at work and stuff like that. And
Exactly.
creativity, there is more. You have to share and become part of a bigger thing.
Yeah, and that's it. I've got really great friends, but most of them are married now. I never thought I'm actually officially the last one of my high school girlfriends.
Wow.
The last one. If you took a group photo of us at 18 years old, because we still all talk, and you said, who's going to be the last one to get married, I never would have pointed at myself.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone thinks like, oh, I'm not going to be the last one. No, I am officially the last one.
You also don't have to
It's
get
hilarious.
married.
No, you
I was
definitely
really
don't.
happy single, I think, for a while. But I also always felt that there was something missing, too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, marriage is a great thing, and I hope that I meet that person and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been waiting for. I have friends that waited for a really long time, and then they've told me, like, if you don't get that feeling, like, you just know, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
They're like, it's a special feeling we
You
can't
have to
explain.
change yourself a lot. You don't get to stay who you are single. You don't when you get married. Because I said, look, I'm going to be with you. Here's the things I need. I need to write every day. I need to eat right. I need to go to the gym 6 days a week. These are all things that I need for my well-being.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, I get it. And then, like, after a year or two, why do you need to do this? Why do you need to do And I'm like, I laid this all out. but it doesn't stand. It's a fluid thing.
Right. And aren't you guys on an upcoming show?
We did a series with Showtime called Couples Therapy.
Okay.
And
did that air?
the first season aired. Our season hasn't aired yet, and we were kind of grateful that it didn't. And then it turned out it got great reviews, and everyone loves the show. So it looks like they're going to air that season. And it's scary because it's so revelatory, and it was us going through we almost got divorced. Like towards the end, I was like really ready to leave.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you guys made it through. So
Yeah.
you pretty much put your whole marriage and lives kind of out for the public
Yeah.
to judge
Yeah.
in a way.
And we didn't do it for the money. We did it because we're like, other people going through this could benefit from this. So we'll see what
100%.
happens. Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you feel that it really helped you guys?
It was really hard. It's really grinding. And it was during the time of, people trying to cancel my career and stuff like that. So it was a really interesting time to go through that. And Piper was a little baby. And, it was difficult. I wouldn't want to do it again. And couples therapy is not easy.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard.
So what is couples? So on the TV show, is it kind of how it would be in real life?
Yeah.
Okay, so they just have
They
cameras.
had a really
and you're in
good
there.
therapist, hidden cameras. I can spot hidden cameras from a mile away.
Okay.
So I knew where they were.
Yeah.
But it was tough. Christine was going through postpartum. I was going through like, look, I'm supporting us. I was working my ass off. I was doing 5 or 6 spots a night.
Yeah.
Living off of spot pay. We were tired, overworked. She just lost her job from being pregnant, so she was out of work. So it was a really difficult time, and they bring in this good therapist and try to talk you through it, but it's not, you think you're going to go in and be like, you need to do this, I need to do this, and it's not. It's a process of working through. There's no real solutions given to you.
Right. Well, it's like therapy in general.
Yeah.
Where you go in, you think that somebody's just going to give you the clear-cut answers, but really what they're trying to do is to break down so you can give yourself the answers. This is what I
Yeah, and it's not about happiness. I mean, my therapist is like, I'm like, oh, I want to be happy. He's like, why? Why's happiness matter?
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So what is his thing then?
It's about being open and empathetic. It has nothing to do with happiness. Because if it did, I would, I know what I need to be happy, I think. And it's to be more, I'm really happy when I'm alone because I was too smothered maybe as a child. So I like space. But then it's like, I don't have that option now. So
Right.
I have to work in other ways. I still get a little time by myself where I love it, and but then also you have to find it in, tonight we're going to do the Christmas tree to get ready for Christmas.
Oh, that's going to be fun. And you're Jewish, so it's even more fun.
Yeah.
But that's fun. You get both holidays.
Yeah,
now.
we got a menorah too. I just don't like eating ham. Whenever we go to an event where they have ham, I'm like, ugh.
You
But
don't
I
like
eat
ham?
bacon. I don't mess with ham.
Really? I love ham.
I had ham
Oh my
once. I
God.
made pork chops for Christine twice. She loves them, but I don't like them.
So would you guys do both Hanukkah and Christmas then?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fun. So does Piper get like a ridiculous amount of gifts?
No, I think we'll just get her one big gift this year. I think I'm
Okay.
going to dress as Santa.
Oh, that would be cute.
Santa Rosenstein.
That would be really cute.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So what are you guys gonna do for Christmas decorations for the tree? Do you have ornaments that you have when you have when you're a baby?
Ornaments. I don't. I never had a Christmas
Oh
tree.
yeah, that's right. You're Jewish.
We're going to do white lights, and
Pretty.
that's it.
Okay, so you've got all the ornaments.
Hot
and-
cocoa.
Did you do a real tree?
Yeah.
And is Piper gonna be up for this?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of late?
It's going to be tonight.
Wow. Well, that's gonna be fun though.
Yeah.
So how do you guys keep her on a normal schedule? Because you guys aren't on a normal schedule being in this business.
She goes to bed at like 10, wakes up at 8. I'm up at 7. I sneak out, and then she takes a nap at 2 or 3 for 2
Okay.
hours, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's still, but she goes to bed at 10, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not too
9:30,
bad.
10, yeah.
Yeah. So and then she.
We have live-in help now, which is
So,
amazing.
and that's Courtney, right?
Yeah.
From the comedy club?
Yeah.
That's great. So she lives with you guys now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
What
she's
a
amazing.
difference, right?
Yeah, but now it seems like, and I told Christine today, I go, now it seems like there's even more to do because we're like, oh, this is going to give us so much time.
Yeah.
And now it's Courtney's here, and we're just like, oh, Jesus, it doesn't stop. And
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So does she help you with like cooking and all that
Courtney,
stuff?
I do most of the cooking in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Do you guys have like family dinners every night?
Yeah, sit down.
Good.
We hold hands and say what we're grateful for.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that you are grateful for?
Family, work, health.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
what are some of the things that Christine's grateful for?
same things.
Same things? And what about Piper?
She just says, amen, whenever we say it. I go, I'm grateful that Christine feels better and that I had a great day with Piper.
Oh.
And I love you so much. And she'll just stare at me and I go, amen. She goes, amen.
Oh, and that's so cute.
Yeah.
So you say the prayers even though so you've kind
It's
of
not really a prayer. We just say what we're grateful for. I don't let her say Jesus or anything like that. I'll storm out of the house and throw a chair over.
Oh, stop. That's funny. Wait, so how do you gratitude is something that's very important for success, and I think it's very important in this business.
Because it makes it grow. The
Yeah.
more you're grateful for, the more you
So
get.
is this something you express every day?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're constant. Did you wake up in the morning? You're like, wow, I'm really grateful for this day.
I wake up and I
need
say,
to be better at
I say
this.
today's going to be a great day every morning.
Every morning?
Yeah, it's. I also stole it from Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
You ever watch that movie?
I did. Yeah,
The
but what
old
was
guy.
it?
He goes, I love waking up in the morning. I clap my hands and I say, today is going to be a great day.
That's a good thing. I'm going to start doing that.
It's good to get up positively.
It is, because
Yeah.
sometimes people get up, because a lot of people aren't morning people, and they'll get up and they're just like, oh, God, I got to go to work, or
Yeah.
whatever. Have you ever walked, when you walk around the city in the morning, like, because I'm a morning person, and you just see people, and they're going to these day jobs, and they look so miserable.
Yeah,
It's really sad to see,
yeah.
but, everyone's got to live and truck their own life. I left that comfortable job for insecurity to go
You used to do
tell
what?
jokes.
Finance,
yeah.
Do you miss it?
No.
The cocaine, though, you miss that?
Definitely the cocaine
Yeah.
and the hookers. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I wish. I didn't work in the 80s and 90s, unfortunately.
No.
Those days were over. But you sometimes want the security, but at the same time, like, the experiences that I've had doing this, like, there's no value you can put on that. It's
Yeah.
priceless, So I wouldn't trade it for the world. I've gone and done temp jobs, here and there, and I'll go back to finance firms, and it's great to do it because I'll just be reminded that I made the absolute right decision
Yeah,
for myself. Like, I would have been miserable,
yeah.
but you got to just do what's best for you. But it's not all green on this side either. We're in a very, very difficult job. And so that kind of brings me to, what are some of the things that you hate about this business, and how do you think that maybe we could change it?
I don't have any negative stuff to say about it now because I've gotten through that tunnel.
Yeah.
I do exactly what I want to do, exactly the way I want to do it, and I'm very fortunate. And the industry matters less than it ever has, so you get to do your own stuff.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse not to make it now and carve out your own fan base. There's no excuse.
There really isn't, right?
No, so
'Cause
you can't get
don't
mad.
need
You
it.
can't get mad when you watch someone that's been doing stand up for 7 months and gets on the Tonight Show or something, and you're like, "Hey, what the hell? I'm working my ass off." It doesn't matter because then you watch what happens and the trajectory of that, and it's done shortly. Or like the super woke people that hate good stand up, they'll get a writing job and they'll be out of the way. So it's all you have to do is get as funny and as good as you can, and do your own stuff, make your own products.
Right. And when
Yeah.
you were in starting in stand up, because I know this happens to a lot of people and it's happened to me, sometimes how do you block out that noise of like what other people think? Because I know that that's held me back a little bit
Yeah.
in my growth is,
I mean, I'm still I don't go as far as I could. Like, I have a great new joke that is so funny, but it's so offensive. So I would love to share it online to get, one of those things like 1 million hits or something.
Yeah.
But I know it'll be taken down as soon as I put it up. Like, it's that offensive, but it's so funny. So I also know I think I push a lot, but I don't push as far as I could because I still like when audiences like me.
Of course, everybody wants to be
So
liked.
I still have that voice a little bit where it's like, oh, I should go further. And, I'm working on that as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it ever stops.
No.
It'd be interesting to ask somebody like Seinfeld, if he gets that. Do you worry about what people think about you?
I don't think he does, but maybe he still does. He did, someone did a shtick or treat where they did Jerry Seinfeld dating his 17-year-old girlfriend. Like, what's the deal with homework? Why she do? And he's friends with Mark Norman now, and Mark produces that show.
That.
And he reached out to Mark, and he goes, "Hey, I saw that thing on the shtick or treat thing." And Mark was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be friends with him anymore." And then he was like, "Very funny." So it's
Yeah.
I mean, Seinfeld's kind of that elder statesman that knows everything about comedy. Whether you say he's like
Right.
good or not, or doesn't write enough anymore, or still does the same act, he still knows everything about stand-up. Knows all the rules.
He is the
of it.
highest grossing, entertainer.
Yeah, I think
Ever.
Bill Burr doesn't give a shit. I watch Burr work stuff out and bomb. Not do well in comedy clubs because he's pushing so hard. Well, I mean, Gaffigan, you don't see him destroying clubs. He's always a work in progress to get ready for this. And then you watch the special, and you're like, it's so good and so funny. Yeah.
But that's what it is, and that's what's kind of crazy is we're not musicians where we can sit in our room and get really good before we go see the masses. We have to die in front of the audiences to get good.
I don't die a lot. I bomb rarely, but I still bomb. But I also feel like I'm at a point where I know what's funny to me. Like, what's funny is what makes me and my friends laugh, and that's who I am on stage.
Okay.
So it's, in that regard, I've accomplished that. But it's silly and stupid and juvenile humor, and that's what I like. And
Do you get nervous still?
No. Once in a while. I forget where it happened. Oh, I think there was a weed show, and I smoked weed on stage, and I was nervous to smoke weed on stage because I don't smoke a lot of weed. And I was like, I'm going to smoke weed while I do this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
How did that turn out?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
I mean, weed's like a big thing. I feel like it's almost trendy to smoke weed. I feel like I can't be cool enough because weed just puts me to bed.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't participate in the cool crowd.
No.
All I can
Smoke cigars. A lot of cool guys do that.
Yeah, no.
No.
I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So where do you come up with a lot of your material?
No idea. I'll be angry, and then that'll eventually percolate into something silly.
Okay.
And then, real life stuff. But I don't write as hard as I should be writing. I'll just take an idea. Like, I got hit by a car 2 weeks ago. So I was like, there's got to be something in this. I was walking as a pedestrian, and a car backed up and hit me.
Did it run over you?
No, I didn't get knocked to the ground, but it did hit me.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's
scary. Because you realize how quickly life can change in that moment. Because you're like, holy shit, it could have been lights out.
So I'm like, this will be a ton of material. And so far, I only have one joke. I was
What's
walking,
the one joke?
and in New York, we play a game with cars called I Dare You to Hit Me. And this car took me up on the dare. And then that's it. And then, of course, it's a flurry of Asian jokes after that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So how do you pick which race to go after? Because you go after all of them.
It was an Asian driver.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they did the picking for me.
Did they come out
and then
say...
I was going after I'll talk about the people on Twitter, the Indian people that got offended. So that's in the act now. It's always changing. It's a very organic process with me where I'll be sick of, there's jokes I'm sick of doing now. So I'm like, okay, I got to find something else to fill this 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it's amazing how it gets old, right?
Yeah.
It's always so exciting when you have like new jokes to do.
Yeah.
Like a new set, 'cause it feels like new and you have like a different energy.
Yeah.
Versus just kind of spitting out the same. So do you and Christine write together at all?
Rarely.
Maybe you guys should write together.
Why?
I don't know. Could help you guys motivate each other.
She's working on a bit now where she talks about watching me cry and how she thinks it's so how I get like so ugly when I cry.
I think everybody
And
does,
she also knows I'm an actor, so she doesn't know if I'm crying for real or just faking it.
That's
pretty
great.
funny.
Can you cry on cue?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
wait,
Can't do it right
you
now.
talk about the acting stuff. Is that something you want to?
No, I'm done with that.
You done with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. I had like one line in a movie called The Kitchen with Melissa McCarthy this summer.
Oh, really?
And I read the script and I'm like, this movie's going to be great. And it
Yeah.
cost them $38 million to
my
make, and it
gosh.
made $5 million.
What?
It was so
Total?
bad. I watched the movie. It was so bad. And I was like, I don't need to do this anymore. I'll act when I do my own stuff. You know, I'm trying to get a show made about my stripping days, so I would play myself, but
Oh, that would
I'm
be cool.
done. Like the commercial auditions and stuff, I'm done with that. It's a waste of time for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because you kind of know what you're good at, and you focus and you drive your
Yeah, and
focus
it's
in
like
that
the
area.
money's not, you know, if it was 15 years ago and I'd be like, $10,000 is going to change my life, I'd be fighting for it, but it's not now.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that commercial money is good when you're starting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's always funny how the outside people that aren't in the business, they always think like, why don't you just do commercials? You know, and it's like, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Like if everything was so easy. But yeah, I think with this whole social media thing, we can carve our own paths and kind of make things. But how do you put yourself out there without worrying what people think? Because that's something that holds me back, for sure.
You just have to do it. There's no...
You just have to be like, you know what? Some people are gonna like it. Some
Just
people
do what
hate
you
it.
wanna do.
Fuck it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You just gotta have the fuck it.
I'm
thing.
I'm going to do another documentary, so I'm trying to get funding for it now.
And what's that one gonna be about?
Cancel culture.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a really good one.
Comics getting canceled.
That's a really good one.
But if I don't get enough money,
Are you
pay for
taking-
it by myself and I'll shoot
Yeah.
it. I'll leave a body of work behind. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to.
You absolutely.
I get told like they're like, Aaron doesn't write enough, and I'm like, I've got 2 books, 4 albums, a documentary, and I churn out 5
Who
to
says you
7
don't-
hours of podcast material a week.
Who says you don't write
A lot
enough?
of people.
What?
Yeah,
Why do they even give a shit?
I don't know.
People are crazy, right?
Yeah.
They probably don't write enough. That's why they gotta
Maybe.
say that. But no, you're doing the right stuff. So who are you gonna have in this documentary? Like Roseanne Barr?
I would
Would
love
be
to have
great.
Roseanne Barr, Shane Gillis,
Uh-huh.
Gavin McInnes, Anthony Cumia, Kathy Griffin,
Okay.
Jamie Kilstein.
Who was Jamie Kilstein?
He was like a really woke male feminist comic.
Okay.
He had a great set on Conan years ago, and then he was doing this stuff, and he was trying to, and then it turned out like he was harassing women he worked with and stuff, so he got shut down, and he's just making a comeback now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this going to be about how because what's crazy is like let's take Roseanne, for example. She goes on a Twitter rant, says some not nice things, but all of a sudden everything's over for her.
Yeah.
All the years of hard work, all the good things, is there a point where we can just forgive people a couple times? You know what I'm saying? Like a couple offenses. Like, why do we have to ruin somebody's life?
Yeah.
I feel like you get less convicted if you murder somebody than if you hurt somebody's feelings.
I think you look at the Louis thing, and he's back now. He'll be doing theaters again,
Yeah?
like if he's not already, because his numbers add up. He did Toronto Yuck Yucks. He sold out 5 shows. They added 2 shows. That's 2,100 people.
Yep.
That's like, oh, okay, I can do a theater now.
Yeah.
So he's back, and I think a lot of people were like, he's the devil. But then a lot of people also don't acknowledge the courageous ability to bounce back from that. You know, for him to walk the streets in New York where
Oh my
people
gosh.
are spitting on him, and him to show
right.
up at comedy clubs, there is a courage there. So, maybe the stuff he did is bad or wrong, but nobody sees the whole picture anymore. Everybody just sees whatever
Right.
their identity politics play.
And there still is, obviously what Roseanne said was hurtful and was mean, and I can't really speak
They
to it
did look alike.
because
They
I'm
did
not
look alike.
going there. I'm not going there because I don't know how. I'm not in her position to know how hurtful that could be. But at the same time, it's kind of like I grew up in a Christian household where forgiveness was such a big thing.
Yeah.
But somehow as a society, we've forgotten that some people make mistakes. And when do we say, hey, enough is enough. You fucked up. How can you make this right?
Right.
You know? So I think it'd be interesting, you know, with this documentary of kind of, you know, showing how they make a comeback and showing how maybe what they learned from it. Because everybody's made a mistake. It's just, do you realize how many more people, like all the dead comics, would all have been canceled probably? They've probably done horrific things.
Yeah.
And like Sinatra and, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's kind of like, I guess they dodged a bullet in a way.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing that a little bit that this is also waking up, because now people know, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't act like a dick.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I should be a little more cautious of what I'm saying, but at the same time, people, you know, need to stop being so fucking offended.
I feel like if people are reckless with their words, they may be less reckless with their thoughts. Like, the nicest people I know are the dirty comics. The clean comics, you always end up hearing stuff about. So there's an ability that, you know, and I battle with this a lot because I have a daughter now, and she's going to be like, hey, Dad, why is your show about a guy riding a skateboard with a dildo into a man's ass?
This is true.
So, but then it's like, oh, look at all the good stuff that your dad does. And also, that stuff that he does is good. I get emails and stuff like, dude, I was suicidal, and your show, from laughing, you know, I dealt with it a month ago. There was a guy that reached out on Twitter. He's like, look, I'm really alone. I got a gun. I'm thinking of ending my life. And I was like, dude, just know you're loved by someone. Call into the show Monday morning. And called in, and then he went and got help, and now he's doing much better. So I deal with that a lot. Amazing. And it's like, when you're doing visceral comedy that is offensive and breaks all the rules, it also reaches out to people that are extreme. Yeah. And those people kind of seek solace in that as well. And, you know, laughter gets you through heartbreak. I remember Kathy Quinn cheated on me when I was 19 years old. I was dating her, and I heard her getting plowed down the hall in our residence. She cheated on me with this other guy. Oh. And my heart broke, and it was my first girlfriend. Yeah. And I went to my friend Josh, and I go, I don't know what to do. I have this pain in my chest. And he goes, there's only one thing we can do. And I go, what? And he's like, we have to kill her. Oh, and I laughed so hard, and it just made me realize this cathartic quality of, we didn't kill her, but it was so funny to laugh at it. This kid came to our Thanksgiving and got everybody sick. He came in with a head cold. Everyone left sick. We knew we were all going to get sick. This kid's got snot running all over his face. So yesterday on the show, we pretended what would happen if he was a grown-up, and we found him, and we found, like, footage of someone shooting a guy in the foot, and it was hilarious. Right. We don't want to shoot a kid in the foot. No. But it'd be cool, you know?
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you got to just know where to push the boundaries and where to, you know. But the thing is, everybody's going to be offended about something. Sure. I'm offended that I have to highlight my hair.
Why?
Because it's freaking expensive and it's annoying.
Why don't you just be a natural brown?
Because it's dirty blonde. It just looks this way. But I don't know. I feel like I look better as a blonde. Who knows? Everybody, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why we can't just accept ourselves for who we are.
You can.
I'm trying. I'm working on it, one step at a time, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if that's, I think that's an AA thing. That's not a accepting your hair thing.
It's right, exactly. And all the other processes that come with it. So what else is next for you?
I'm going to, I want to do an hour special. I'm trying to work on that. And I want to get my daughter into Krav Maga so she knows proper self-defense by the time she's 5.
What is Krav Maga?
It's Israeli self-defense.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, these kids, these 5-year-olds, you got to keep them away from
pop
stars.
They're aggressive. Yeah. This is true. Yeah. Do you think she'll go into the business?
I don't think so. I think she'll be so turned off. But I don't know. She likes watching me. She likes watching her mom sometimes.
But she doesn't listen to what you guys say, does she?
Sure. She'll watch me when I'm on stage.
Oh, okay. Does she ever repeat anything?
Once I go, okay, honey, you got to go out. Daddy's got to do dick jokes now. And then she started crying because I hate that. You know, I don't like pushing it. Today I was like, shh, in the car, and she just started crying. I go, I shouldn't. She's such a great kid. I really want more. Yeah. Maybe we'll adopt a Haitian baby.
That would be cute.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
There's a wait, what?
Yeah.
There's a price tag on
You
different
can't adopt
nationalities?
American babies. They're all, they all got opioid things. They're all.
But like, there's so many kids in
You got to go to
foster
other
care.
countries.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't try to look here with a newborn, or maybe find a
Drug
teenager?
addicts.
What about a
They're
teenager?
gonna steal your
though?
watches.
No.
How am I going to adopt a teenager?
No, look for a teenager that accidentally got
at the
knocked
Greyhound
up.
station?
Go to like Utah,
Well,
where
that's going to be
where
opioids.
they're very religious.
Drugs.
No, but like go to like if you go to like these very religious like states
Yeah.
where they make mistakes, right? And they get pregnant, but they can't, like you could take a baby that way.
Take a baby.
Or I mean like adopt a baby. Yeah, don't kidnap a baby.
Yeah, all right, I won't take a baby.
But they'll be like, I have
Love
to give
more babies.
I have to give this baby up, and then you can be like,
Yeah.
I'll happily
Is
take
that
your
how
baby.
they talk? I have to give this baby up. Well, how'd you get pregnant, Gomer? I don't know.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it's a scary thing. I can't imagine being pregnant as a teenager.
Yeah.
And that's a very difficult decision. They have
You'd be on MTV.
a teen mom.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
What's your favorite reality show that you watch now? You mess with Below Deck?
No.
You should watch Below Deck. You'd
I know.
love
I
it.
heard it's so great.
It's all yachties. You would love it.
What? Because I have a yacht face.
No, just because you'd like the white
'Cause I like
privilege
boats.
that's associated with it. I heard there's another show called Righteous Gemstones that's on HBO that I have to watch with like
Okay.
Kenny Powers and stuff.
Okay.
Did you watch The Irishman?
I haven't yet. No, I keep hearing mixed
I liked
reviews.
it.
I need to watch it.
Tim Dillon hates it. I loved
He does?
it. Yeah.
Why does he hate it so much?
Because all the reason he's right. He's like, these are people that want things to be the way they were, and it's just awful. It was already made. It was good. That's why I liked it, because I was like, oh, there was a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go step on a guy's hand and not get in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
It was yeah, it was those somewhat good old days.
Yeah.
Good days, bad days, right? It was
Yeah.
that I think that's why a lot of series are going back in time, because people want to relive that moment.
This time is good because it's easier. You get to have stuff delivered to your house. There's electric cars.
Yeah.
But it's also bad in that everyone has an opinion. And they get to share that opinion.
Well, everyone always had an opinion, but now they get to share it. Now
Yeah.
they have a platform.
Yeah.
An open platform to share it, which is the scary part.
Yeah.
But it's also good because it allows for other things like people to carve their own way.
Yeah.
So we do have to wrap up. So what would you like to leave us with?
Tell
us about your books.
Baby.
We didn't talk about your books.
My books are called Mr. Manners, Proper Etiquette for the Modern Degenerate, and American Etiquette Failing Upwardly in a Fox News Nation.
Okay.
I made an album of that one at the New York Comedy Festival. That'll be out early 2020. And it was going to be called American Etiquette Live from the New York Comedy Festival. But then we got a review of a Turkish man that was offended. And he said, this type of comedy is shameful in this age. So we're now going to call the album Shameful in This Age. And all the quotes, instead of being good reviews, are going to be all the complaints I've gotten from comedy club.
That's a really
patrons.
good idea. Wow, that's a really good idea. So instead of like, this is so funny, it's like, this is
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's a great marketing scheme. 'Cause
Thank
people
you.
will be like, what is this about, right?
Yeah.
That's a really good. And so that's when in 2020?
Soon, as soon as it's done. We recorded it in October, so it should be.
So is this going to be like
November.
an iTunes or something?
It'll be on, iTunes, Google
Okay.
Play, all that stuff.
Okay. Well,
Amazon.
that's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Well, thank you so much for being next
Thanks
to
for having me.
Madison. This was so fun.
This was great. Your picture looks just like you.
Oh, well, thank you. My little duck face. I know. It's
Is
such
that
a
what it
little
is?
waspy. I guess. I don't know.
That was a long
took
time
all these
ago, huh? When did
photos.
you take this?
Screw you. I took it in May
May of.
this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't look that different. Jeez,
No, you
the
look
lighting
great.
was
You
really
always
good.
look great.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to go
yeah.
to Chick-fil-A.
Aaron Berg, you guys find him Instagram, Aaron Berg.
Aaron Berg Comedy.
Okay.
Twitter at Aaron Berg Comedy. My Twitter's somewhat inflammatory. And check out 25 Sets on Amazon.
Yeah, and In Hot Water and the books and the albums. And yeah, this guy can keep you entertained for months and months and months and years to come. So excited to see what's going to be coming up for you.
You too.
Thank you so
Next
much.
to Madison.
All right, you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Next to Madison. And we'll see you guys next time to find out who's next. Hi, your host, Madison Malloy here. I just wanted to remind you guys to please follow the show on social media at Next to Madison. And if you have any questions or suggestions for the show, or you feel that you would be a great guest on the show and would love to be considered, please feel free to email me at nexttomadison@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms. And I thank you again for listening.